Um, let's get on with this top five shenanigans. Later on this week, I am gonna be bringing you guys short clips. Like once I work out Share Factor, I'm gonna be bringing you guys short clips of all these characters and like just what I mean in order. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for that. But I was just recently talking to a homie of mine by the name of Ultra Killer. I usually play with him, and we were talking about the five most underrated characters slash unused characters. And for the start of the video, we were starting to consider how hard they are to use and how like underused they are and how much credit they actually get and like how dominant they could be if like they're used properly. So with all that set in mind, we're gonna start off the list with Mariel in my top five position. I feel like Mariel as a support character, everybody does view her as the strongest support character in this game. I feel like her ability to save, her ult really saves people, and she's really hard to run just as a support. I feel like a lot of people run her a lot of the time more or less for the attack, and she's not supposed to be an attack. Like her, you can see in her basic attack. Her basic attack is very weak because of that. She's not supposed to do a lot of attack, but I mean a lot of people run her like that, and I feel like a lot of people do shy away from her because honestly she is by far one of the hardest characters to level up with. Hence the fact that I'm a level 3 with Mariel. And honestly, like all these combinations of her like having to play support and like honestly if Muriel like as a whole if people were actually to play her as a good support, honestly she's the most game changing character that there is. I don't feel like there's any other character that can have more impact in a team fight than Muriel. It's like her ability to like honestly be able to heal you, be able to like to come to your rescue is actually pretty good, and that's why I give her the top five position. My next one that I'm gonna put up is Gadget. I actually see a lot of people running gadgets nowadays, but I still feel like she's very critically underused for a ranger. I feel like most people would stick to Gideon, Murdoch. Who else? Who else would they stick to as a ranger? Possibly Sparrow sometimes, even though she's probably the worst character in this game. Bellica is like they stick to everybody but Gadget, and quite frankly, I see why. Like, Gadget is honestly one of the hardest characters to master. I got one of my friends, my best friend, he's actually a master of Gadget, but like honestly, to be good with Gadget, you gotta time your abilities. Like, there's no ands or buts about it. Like, you gotta learn how to master her abilities. You gotta learn how to time and that's what Gadget basically, like, that's why most people underuse her because it's very hard to get used to Gadget. She doesn't do a lot of damage with her basic attack, as you guys can see, when her ability powers off the grid. Like, run enough mana regen and enough mana, and you could really be doing a lot of damage because her ability damage is really good. Like, also running cooldown is very essential. But a lot of people don't know how to build a deck for Gadget because they're not used to running such high ability characters. Like, that depend on their abilities a lot. Like, and that's why I feel like she's very underused. But I mean, honestly, Gadget by far, if you get a good Gadget on your team, she could really make a huge impact towards helping out in team fights, helping to clear lanes because she could also clear lanes pretty good. My next one that I'm gonna put up on the list is Iggy and Scorch in my third position. Iggy and Scorch is by far the character that I've seen the least stuff in this game right now. Like I haven't seen a lot of people run Iggy and Scorch aside from Narbosh, but who the hell likes actually Narbosh nowadays? Come on, let's be serious. Okay, so Iggy and Scorch, his ability power is actually pretty good. Like, it's to say the least, Aiken Scorch has really good power with his charts. He's also got pretty good mobility, so he's able to escape out of some very sticky situations. I also feel like his ult is actually pretty devastating, like for any character that gets up close, so that Aiken comes charging at you with that fire-seeking mouth, I would turn the other way because I mean you're gonna get fried. That's basically how it is. You're gonna get roasted if you like try to get up close and personal with Iggy when he uses his ult. The only reason I feel like a lot of people don't use him is because he's actually very complicated to get used to. You're not like you have to be very methodical with it. You gotta set down your turns. You gotta be willing to know when to challenge an opponent, when not to challenge an opponent, when to use your ult. Like Honestly, like his precision is actually a lot stronger than what Gadget says in terms of timing with your abilities. Especially with those turns. Those turns you gotta be spinning them out like hot fire, dude. And that's what actually shies people away from using this character. Also, it's very hard to build a good deck loadout for Fury and Corruption. Don't get me wrong. Um, actually, there's another with Fury and Corruption. Actually, is there? Is there another one with Fury and Corruption? No, I can't find another one with Fury and Corruption. So it's actually very hard to set up that like specific loadout for. Actually, Grux is actually a pretty good example, but he's a fighter, so I mean he's more or less gonna like Fury and Corruption really favor towards him. I don't feel like Fury and Corruption should really favor towards Scorch. Like that's why I feel like it's so hard to make a good deck with Scorch. Also he doesn't do a lot of base damage attack, so I mean it's actually pretty hard to like get used to like having like Corruption, like no Fury, because Fury is more or less like sheer like for your basic attack, like it's more or less for your basic attack and not for your ability. And that's where I feel like against works like main struggle with because they don't know how to build a good deck for him. Um, Let me move on to my fifth character as soon as I'm able to find the heroes again. So my fifth character, I'm gonna put my most trusted character in this game more than likely. Like honestly, I trust this character among any of my others. But I mean, I don't do my best with her, but I do trust her the most, and that's Faye. Faye, I've been maining her since like back in the day in Legacy when everybody gave up on trying to main Faye. I took over the Faye role, and at first it was very difficult. Like trying to time her abilities, like being able to make a great deck for Faye, like being able to like not get destroyed by Chimera within like 3 shots. Like honestly, like being able to get used to like Faye's ultimate, being able to use her square right, assist your teammates in team fights, secure lanes is like honestly Faye is a jack of all trades. She could clear lanes pretty good. She could stun the hell out of the enemy. She's actually an insanely good at a team fight, and she could also help you get away. Like she's also pretty easy to like cover yourself with. Like you don't really have to worry about getting away with Faye because like she's actually pretty fast whenever she does that. Granted, her square did get nerfed and it isn't as like long as it used to be. But I mean, still like Faye is really good. Her ability damage is actually off the grid. Like she's super underused, and I wonder why. Because like honestly, like her mobility isn't as bad as you guys think it is. Her mobility is actually pretty damn good. Her basic attack speed is actually pretty damn nice compared to the rest of the cast. She's not durable whatsoever. That's the only bad thing. But I mean, if you're running some form of basic armor or ability armor, you'll be fine. Like Faye won't get like totally trampled, considering her abilities help her out too much. She also does like her ult does hella damage. Like I managed to destroy like getting how I said getting was like part of the top two echelon in the game. I managed to destroy several Gideons with my Faye, and like it wasn't even close. And like she could really contend with the best, but most people don't use her because like, hey, they hate range characters, which who can blame them? Like range characters are a bitch to get used to, and at the same time, like Faye, like like I feel like a lot of the reason people stay away from Faye is like she's so weird, like she's so complexly weird to get used to. Like she's good, but she's complexly weird to get used to. But I mean, her growth and intelligence is actually a really good thing for Faye. I think that complements her pretty well. That's why I put her as the second top most underrated character. And da 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 da, I'll bring you guys the number one spot in my list. And the number one spot on my list has to go to my homie Richter. Why Richter, you may ask? Undoubtedly one of the most durable characters in this game with Narbash. I feel like he's more durable than Narbash. And Narbash is a support character. Most people run his deck completely wrong. Like, horribly wrong. I actually played Richter before in the past. I only played him once, and I went like 2-17 with Richter. Like, that's how bad I went with Richter. And that's because, like, I had no idea how to use him. His abilities are freakishly weird as well. His grapple is not as easy as people think it is. Like, his grapple is actually very hard to land. So any Richter mains out there, like keep on doing what you're doing. You're basically running a god character. that character, if used correctly, is honestly, in my opinion, might be the best character in the game. Like, he could cancel out Chimera, he could cancel out Gideon, he could cancel out Countess. Like, this character is really, really good. It's just that most people don't know how to run him. Like, honestly, I would say that 1% of the entire people that play Paragon know how to run Richter to a good degree. Like, to the point where it's viable. Because like that's how hard he is to use. Most people don't know how to set up a good loadout because he needs a lot of mana to counter to get that ability power going. Because his abilities are actually pretty devastating. You get your grapple, you get the ability to cancel out people's abilities. You get your ultimate, which basically locks people into place and does hella damage, and like he's super durable, so you don't have to worry about dying because he basically could take the entire cast on in a one-on-one and not have to worry about it. So you basically have to like double team or triple team this guy. Like a really good Richter you literally have to triple team the guy to actually like get it to actually like score a kill. That's all like dominant Richter could really be. Not to mention he has some of the coolest skins in this game. And I feel like the reason like most people shy away from it is because he literally is as hard as it gets to use. I think in my opinion he's the hardest character to use. But that's my own personal opinion. People could really think differently from what I can think. But just from like playing the game so far, as you guys can see, I do got proof that I played the game for like 10 days now. So I have played this game for a while, and like out of all the characters that I tried so far, Richter is by far the one character who I feel like I will never get down. Like no matter how much I tried, like that's a character that like you honestly just like I I don't even know how to describe it, but that's basically it for the video. I just wanted to let you guys know the second part of my Paragon like top fives. Later on this week, as I said, I would be bringing you guys gameplay of all of this. Probably not a breakdown. I'm probably gonna take the gameplay out of one of my homies that's share playing. I'm just gonna record that and use that for the video because I haven't. There's no way I could run Richter on my own. Like you guys would probably like cringe at the fact of how badly I run Richter. But as always, it's always been fun talking to you guys. Hopefully you guys are still having a great day by the time that you guys see this video. As always, this has been your boy Scorpion, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.